The morning light penetrates the forest barrier, painting a picture of light and shadow on the ground, with glistening dewdrops shimmering among the green leaves. In the tranquil woods, a gentle melody quietly flows, and Kong's story is about to begin. Narrator: a clever and nimble squirrel is preparing for the upcoming winter. Kong, a clever squirrel, scurries through the forest, storing hope for the cold winter. It nimbly leaps among the branches, seeking nature's bounty, storing up energy for the approaching harsh winter. In the sunlight, Kong's figure leaped among the trees like a spirit of the forest. It darts through the trees like a skipping musical note, playing the symphony of life. Kong's figure appeared particularly active in the sunlight, as if he didn't know fatigue. It would stop from time to time, sniffing the air with its sensitive nose, occasionally pricking up its ears, listening to the subtle sounds coming from the depths of the forest. Kong is struggling for survival and also storing up hope for the coming winter. The sunlight fell on Kong, coating him in a layer of golden light. The morning light spills over Oak Valley, and Kong carefully checks the treasure he has hidden. Rustling sounds echoed in the silence, and the air of danger quietly approached. A cunning wolf sniffed the air, greedily searching for the tempting aroma of nut. Kong, be careful. That wolf is always bullying people. The bird's warning cut through the silence, and a trace of unease welled up in Kong's heart. The wolf's footsteps are getting closer, and the crisis is quietly descending. Kong stared intently at the wolf, contemplating how to protect his food. The air is thick with tension. A battle for food is about to erupt. Kong stood up, ready to confront the wolf. The wolf also adopted an attacking stance, its low growl echoing through the forest. The two sides were in a standoff, and the atmosphere was tense. Kong quickly placed the fruit on the slender branch, moving with great care. This branch is too thin to support the weight of a wolf. Under the tree, the wolf's panting was heavy and anxious, saliva dripping into the soil. Greed burned in the wolf's eyes as it stared intently at the fruit on the branch. Slender branches swayed in the breeze, as if overwhelmed and ready to break at any moment. The wolf growled, unable to suppress the desire in its heart, and suddenly pounced towards the tree trunk. The wolf's front paws were on the tree trunk, its body climbing upwards, its eyes fixed on the target. The branches groaned under the weight, beginning to shake violently, on the verge of snapping. The wolf strained upwards, its body almost suspended in mid-air, just one step away from reaching the tempting fruit. Suddenly, there was a crisp crack sound. A branch broke, and the wolf and the fruit fell together. The wolf fell heavily to the ground with a dull thud, sending dust flying. The fruit rolled in front of the wolf, but it was covered in dirt and became unappealing. The sunlight filters through the layers of leaves, leaving dancing spots of light on the ground. As Kong struggles to carry a pile of fruit, "It's too much! I can't carry it at all!" he gasped, beads of sweat rolling down his forehead. Suddenly, a low growl broke the silence of the jungle, and a pair of green eyes gleamed in the shadows. "Hand over the fruit." The wolf bared its teeth, its voice low and full of menace. Kong hugged the fruit tightly, a hint of stubbornness flashing in his eyes. "Come and get it yourself if you have the ability." The wolf lunged at Kong, its sharp claws glinting in the sunlight. Kong dodged to the side with the fruit in his arms, losing his balance and staggering a few steps. Fruit scattered all over the ground. A Kong glared at the wolf in front of him. The wolf stared greedily at the fruit on the ground, approaching a Kong step by step. Kong picked up a branch, gripped it tightly in his hand, and prepared to fight. The wolf pounced, and a Kong waved the branch, trying his best to resist. The branches were knocked down, and Kong watched the approaching wolf in despair. The wolf climbed onto the tree trunk, its clumsy figure swaying among the branches, relentlessly pursuing. Kong was agile, leaping nimbly among the branches, luring the wild wolf to close in step by step. A small bird perched on a branch, its crisp chirping seeming to cheer on Kong. Breaking the tense atmosphere in the forest, the wolf is closing in step by step, its thick limbs making the thin branches creak under the weight. With a determined look in his eyes, Kong seized the opportunity, luring the wild wolf into an even more dangerous situation. Perilously close, each climb of the wolf makes the branches emit a terrifying sound of breaking. The bird's chirping became more urgent, as if foreshadowing an impending crisis. Kong held his breath, waiting for that moment that would determine his fate. The branch, unable to bear the weight, let out a final groan about to break. The wolf was completely unaware, still striving upwards, not knowing that death had quietly arrived. Break! The branch completely snapped under the weight of the wolf, and everything was set. Kong seized the opportunity, leaped up, and jumped to another tree. The wolf fell from a height, crashing heavily onto the ground, dust flying. The wolf writhed on the ground in pain, its howls echoing through the forest. The forest dwellers emerged from the shadows, curiously watching the wolf's embarrassment. Brains are more important than brawn. Kong's voice rang out from the crowd, with a hint of triumph. The little animals whispered to each other, praising Kong's wisdom. Sunlight filters through the leaves, casting dappled light on Kong, like a halo of wisdom. The wolf struggled to get up, its eyes filled with anger and unwillingness. The animals cheered and celebrated Kong's victory. Kong stood in the center of the crowd, enjoying the hero-like praise. The wolf's figure disappeared at the edge of the forest, leaving behind a resentful silhouette. The forest has regained its former tranquility, leaving behind only legends about wisdom.